Hello and welcome to the Club Brugge podcast and a Champions League preview. Aston Villa are in the second leg of the round of 16 with a 3-1 lead against Club Brugge, or Brugge if you're from the area. John, you were there last week. Excited, nervous? How do you feel about the return leg? Much more comfortable than I think we were expecting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm comfortable. I am excited because it's a home game, and with that brings a really good atmosphere and everything else. But yeah, I'm comfortable. I think we're going through.
I do as well.
And I'm also confident that the players will view this, and Emery, of course, as a match that isn't. So the tie isn't won. So I have confidence that they'll treat it as such. I don't think we'll be complacent.
It is an awkward scoreline though, isn't it, for that? Because if it was a one-goal advantage, you'd automatically just go, it's one goal. They could score in the first 5 minutes and we're back level pegging. If it was a 3-goal advantage, you would almost be saying, well, it's kind of done now. Anything more than that, Arsenal, PSV, obviously Arsenal are going through. 2 goals is an awkward scoreline. Everyone says it. 2-0 is the most dangerous one. If they do score early, yes, they're not level again, but I would have the jitters of thinking, Christ, they've scored off their first shot on target. He looks dangerous. Disaster's having a nightmare in the first 10 minutes. Whatever it is, things can happen in games that change it.
Red card, yeah.
But if you say now, are Villa going through, yes or no, and do score prediction at the end, say yes.
We're
in a great position.
Precisely, but you are right. I mean, it's the first thing that I sort of timed for the morning as a piece on last week, whenever the morning was after that, and it was basically this. The tie isn't over though, and as you say there, the stat that we concede so many goals from the first shot on target means that, well, if we do that again, it's not level, but it feels like it is, because although Bruges need to beat us 3-0 or 4-0 or. Is that right? Yeah. No, sorry. 3-0 or 4-1. Basically win by 3 goals to go through before penalties.
Yes.
And when you say it out loud, it's like, well, we're not losing 3-1. We're not going to lose... we're not going to lose 3-0 or 4-1 or 5-2 or whatever. But if they win by 2 goals before 90 minutes... That's absolutely doable for them.
Yeah, getting to extra time is 100%
extra time
achievable.
It's just a completely different thing. Like, the scoreline will be the scoreline, but all they need to do, their plan will be to win by 2 goals.
Yeah.
That will be it. Extra time is a completely different kettle of fish, and they will have the sort of psychological advantage because they've just brought it to extra time, etc. So Villa will need to be aware of that, and because it's a 2-goal lead that they need, 1 goal just changes it. This isn't a normal football match. It's a completely different... It's like a psychological battle that we're going to be facing against them. So, as I say, we need to treat it like we're nowhere near safe yet. It's just an advantage. That's all it is. So.
And if Villa can, defend the first shot on target better, like obviously you did against Brentford,
we'll all cheer.
Again, that is the thing. Like, we'll all be looking out for it as soon as I take the first shot on target. If it is saved, that is genuinely a thing. But we have said, Bruges aren't as good as a Liverpool or an Arsenal or whoever, but we've said about Villa playing better against teams that are going to come and play. If Brentford had the advantage after the first leg, and it's on the onus is on us now to break down a 2-goal advantage for Bruges ourselves tomorrow, I wouldn't be confident at all that we'd be able to do that. Bruges have got to come and play. And whether they're as good as the teams that we play in the Premier League week in, week out is up for debate. But if they come and play and they know they've got to score at least twice, is that good for us? As long as we can defend it.
If we can defend it,
we are going to create chances.
But and this is something that I'm going to try and ask their manager. Basically, is your game plan? And he's not going to give it away. But is it to...
Actually, John, what we're going to do...
but is it to kind of come out the block straight away and get those goals? Or is it to... keep it calm until the 60th minute? Because again, if they score once before the 80th minute, that's a nervous 10 minutes that we could very much do without, and is a whole lot worse than conceding in, arguably the first 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
In that sense, the first shot on target would be good.
Yeah. But it's such an interesting dynamic, and this is why I think it's a really interesting game as a neutral. But for Villa, as you say, we just need to control things and remember that we have. A lead, but it's not insurmountable at all.
Might as well just pretend it doesn't exist. I don't know whether that's possible.
Yeah, but
treat it as if we are level.
Go back to your point, though, we can't avoid it. Bruges, they need to score goals, and therefore they will make risks. They will commit players if they sense an opportunity. They're going to, overload or leave gaps in behind, and that's why, your players on the break, whoever's playing, Rashford, Rodgers, Ramsey, Bailey, whoever, Watkins, they will get chances, and I'm hopeful that we can score at least once ourselves. and that's why I'm so confident. Because not only did Bruges have to score twice, they also need to keep a clean sheet for. I mean, they don't have to, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, if we score once, they're going to have to score a few goals, quite a few goals. And I think it would be a disaster if we scored and didn't go through.
This is another cliche, isn't it, that the first goal is crucial, but you do feel if Villa do get the first goal and it's early-ish, say just in the first half, I wouldn't be saying even then, we're definitely through here. Cause
we have to then concede 4 times. Half,
but yeah, you'd be saying to lose the game in this position takes a massive kind of capitulation from Villa. Even to get to extra time, is Bruges going to have to do really well in the second half to even take it to extra time and penalties. Is it extra time or is it straight to pens? It's extra time, isn't it? Yeah. So the first goal, massively important, and if Villa do get it, they'll be in an unbelievable position. If we can get it early, that'd be so nice for the fans and for yourself to be writing about it. Feel a little bit more better about it if Rodgers scores a couple like he did against Celtic. Maybe let's have that again, please. That'd be nice.
Pause it there.
Yeah, let's leave it there, please. I'm pretty confident. We'll do a prediction in a sec. Did you see the clip of the Bruges derby with trying to put their flag on the centre circle?
Yeah,
Graham Souness style.
Souness-like.
Yeah,
that was it was funny. That player did that, by the way. Jashiri. He was outstanding, I thought, in the first leg. I didn't know his name at the time, but in my head he was the player with the blue boots, and he was just spraying passes.
You don't know his name then, but you know it now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even then I don't know it exactly, but Jash something. He was spraying passes for those. Like he looked like a really complete midfielder, and turns out he's only, I think, 22 as well, so I'm sure there'll be lots of clubs looking at him. I do like the centre-back, Ordonez, as well, who is always giving Watkins a difficult game. And they have other good players. Zolis is a good player. Taubi, good player. Like, they've got players who will show up at Villa Park, I think. And the game against Atalanta that they played in, very different sort of dynamic again, because they were already winning. So Atalanta came onto them and then they pounced. That shouldn't be happening at Villa Park, but they did take the chances when they came. So something, again, we're going to have to be wary of. But yeah, interesting kind of subplot, because they've won their derby, which is different to when they came into the game against Villa the first time around, because they'd conceded late on. 92nd minute equaliser against Ghent, I think, away from home, which is a blow for them. Then they come into the Villa game, maybe a bit down, but that was the home match. Now they're on the way up because they won the rivalry with Club Brugge, had a bit of a brawl afterwards, and now they'll be thinking, well, let's kind of keep this high going into the Villa match. So that is an interesting kind of subplot again. But yeah, it was a funny clip. I mean, probably not the wisest, but like I say fair play to the Club Brugge players, because they weren't having it, and why would you? Like, they share the same stadiums, I think most people probably know. And he brings out the flag, blue and black flag, puts it down, and the keeper smacks it. Off the floor, and there's a big brawl, and rightly so. Like, I respect the S-housery from Jashiri in the first place, and I also respect the Club Brugge players from fighting back. So thumbs up all round for me.
Great fighting, lads. As long as there's no blue and black flag being planted at Villa Park on Wednesday night, then I'm not bothered. They can do what they want. Should we try and pick an 11?
Yes.
Okay. To Tactics Corner. Predicted 11 time then for the Bruges game. I mean, it's a terrible formation we've got at the moment. Let's fire these into some positions.
It's overloading the right side of this.
We've got 2 midfielders, back 4, and the 3 attackers. I mean, that's what Villa tend to play. That was a very rough assembly.
That reminded me at the start. Do you remember when you first started playing football?
Barely.
As a kid. One of the first things I remember when I was like 5 or something was that everyone swarmed the ball.
Oh, yeah, like just chasing the ball. Yeah. Like everyone would just be all over the place, chasing the ball. Yeah. Don't know why I did that, because I wanted to do it all again.
And then I realised, like, this is so basic, but if you stand
if you don't
on the other side, the ball will come to you. I was clued in from an early age.
And that's why you're on the Tactics podcast. That is why. Don't follow the ball, guys.
That's the level we're working at.
Right, okay, so predicted 11. I've got us in the usual kind of standard 4-2-3-1-ish formation, which I expect that's what we're going to play. We both agree?
No.
You don't think we're going to do this?
No.
You think we're going to play more of a back five kind of thing?
I think that'll be. But obviously, what you said there, I mean, Cash can just, But I think that will be more of the.
That's the system, you think? So
I think
talk me through the names we've got there. Martinez in goal.
Hopefully
he will play, won't he? Come on.
Well, Emery will speak to the press on Tuesday afternoon, I think, and he'll give an update.
Well, this will be out Tuesday morning, so nobody knows.
Oaks nor Martinez. So, yeah. Cash, right wing back. Luca Dean on the left. I think. Mings, Konsa and Disasi. That is my back five. So I'll just start with that. I think that's what we'll do.
Are you going off what you think Emery will do?
What I think Emery will do.
Okay.
Yeah, just again, because it worked against Brentford, and obviously with 2 goals up.
Yeah.
Bruges have to come at us, and I think our best chance of not losing the game is to do this. And if we don't lose the game, we're obviously through by 2 goals. So this is what I would do, and it worked against Brentford. So yeah, in the midfield, I've got Kamara playing, so starting for the first time since coming back from injury, and Tielemans. And then further forward, I've got Watkins, Jacob Ramsey, and Morgan Rogers.
No McGinn, and the reason why is because I think in the last, I don't know, call it 30 minutes, if things are a bit sketchy and they're 1 goal behind us or whatever it may be, and it's tight and we need something more, there isn't anyone else that I'd rather bring on than McGinn, I think. And I say that because Kamara for me has to play from the start. Yeah, if Kamara comes on for McGinn, you get the same sort of effect like against Brentford. We were more solid, and against Bruges we controlled it better. But McGinn coming on and just racing around the pitch with a bit of more of energy, I think that's the way I would play it. Yeah, that makes sense. We're taking as read that this is Disasi and Konsa. Is this Mings or Torres for you in this one?
For me, it's Mings because again, why change? Yeah.
Can he play 3 games in a week?
If you can do 2,
if you could do 3, you could do 4.
I think you're only changing him unless there's a real problem here. And as far as I'm aware, he's not in the red. He can play at least to start the game. Maybe on 60, you then change it if you need to. But right now, we need to play the best defenders that we have, the best players who are going to defend the box.
Yeah.
And give us the best chance of keeping a clean sheet. So for me, that's Mings, and especially because Torres, you kind of flip it. Mings has played the last 2 games. Maybe he's a bit sore and aching or whatever. But Torres hasn't played at all for the last 2 and a bit months now. So him coming in from the cold or Mings playing
75%
potentially,
maybe.
Yeah. I'd much rather that than Torres from the start, because that's already the first thing that Brugge will do. All right, Ferrangiuta, whatever his name is, go to Torres. That's potentially the weak link.
I'm sure you said Mings, Torres would play though when we spoke last week. I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Before Brentford, you were saying Torres would probably play Elmas though.
That was for Brentford, and what we saw against Brentford, it worked. And I really didn't expect that, not to work, but I didn't expect to keep a clean sheet and play so well as we did.
I also wouldn't be surprised if this is how it turned out, but if it wasn't this system and it was the more traditional back four, and it's Disasi, Konsa, Mings, Dean, who is this if it's not Cash?
It's Leon Bailey.
Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I can hear people
and he's
shouting.
Providing that width to. Well, he scored last week, so.
Yeah, exactly. No, it provides the width. And again, I want McGinn to come on. I would put McGinn there from the start if the context of the game wasn't as it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think we might need something more in the last 30 minutes. Because if we get tired and they're not tired, then who would rather come on, McGinn or. I mean, there isn't really anyone else who can do that.
Not that kind of energy.
No.
Yeah.
It's either him or Kamara.
Obviously, we don't know yet the Asensio or Martinez with the presser coming later today, but you'd have Rodgers in here rather than an Asensio or.
I would from the start. Yeah.
Rashford the same as well. Ramsey again.
Yeah, Ramsey again, just to reward strong performance. I think Rashford's been a little bit quiet in the last couple of games, and there's reasons for that. Like coming off the bench to play Brentford is difficult when we're basically camped in and we're defending. It was supposed to be an outlet, but we couldn't quite get into those positions. So nothing against him. Just I think Ramsey played better and deserves to keep his place.
Are we going to do a score prediction, or are we just going to do a tie prediction that Villa go through or not?
Oh, we could do a score prediction.
Put a score line on it as well.
Yeah.
I think we'll win the match.
Right.
But they will score 2-1.
Okay.
Which I'll be delighted with.
yeah.
5-2 on aggregate.
Yeah, good. I'm going to say 2-2.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think the game will be fine, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, well, there'll be extra time. No, it won't.
No, we'd win
4-2.
Oh, I can't count. No, I can. I can count. 5-3.
Yeah.
5-3.
The 5-3 winners on aggregate you're going for.
You need to cut that. Yeah, 5-3 on aggregate, 2-2 at Villa Park. Again, that's not like, maybe 2-2's a great result. Fantastic
I don't care what the result is as long as we go through.
A 1-0 defeat is magnificent.
Really. Yeah, exactly, yeah. We can afford to lose 1-0 and still go through, which is the great position we're in.
Yeah, I think to not be behind at any point is the key. because if we do go behind, because obviously that's just one goal, everyone will be scared.
I've been going Villa 1-0, equaliser, 2-1 winner. And even at the equaliser at 1-1, you'd still say like you're still going through anyway. But I do think Villa will win the game on the night as well. A big party celebration, and then look ahead to we're getting in the quarter-final. Quarter-final of the Champions League is up for grabs, man. It's mad, isn't it?
It's bizarre, yeah. I just think they'll put a lot of pressure on us, Bruges, and they've got some good players. And although we kept a clean sheet against Brentford, that's a 4th League One of the season.
There's no way we keep a clean sheet.
Kept more clean sheets than the Champions League, to be fair. But yeah, I just think a lot of pressure, but we'll also have chances. So I think there'll be goals in the game.
Also, like we said, as we record at the moment, we don't know about Emi Martinez. If I had to gamble now and pick what do I think will happen, I'd think he'll play. And if we do, we've got a better chance of going through.
Well, he'll want to play.
Despite Olsen's clean sheet, I'd still have reservations if he played in goal on Wednesday.
Yeah, Neil Martinez will obviously be determined to play, and he wants to play obviously for Argentina in the international break as well. So Emery said it was a precaution for both him and a sense. I don't know when this is going out, but Emery will speak to the media tomorrow around 2:00. So.
Yeah, this will be out Tuesday morning, so nobody knows if you're watching this as it drops what the team news is just yet. But if you're catching up on Tuesday night, then you will know. Maybe this segment is totally pointless because Martinez is rolled out with injury.
My guess is that Emery will say that they're going to train.
Yeah, that's the classic, isn't it? If they get through Tuesday's training session,
I will go to training and find out.
Oh, you're going to training?
I can spy for a little. Can I? I think I can.
Yeah, I don't think you're about taking pictures or photographs.
No pictures or videos. But
use your eyes.
I can see if they're in training, because there was one where Mings, I forget what game, was this the West Ham game, and then we had Celtic afterwards, and Emery said, we'll see about in training. And he didn't train for about 2 weeks. I was there waiting for him in an Arna to come out.
Sure didn't miss him.
Yeah. I felt like shouting to Emery, Unai, they're not here.
Do you reckon he knew that they weren't there?
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah, you're right. He'll say if they get through Tuesday's training session, we'll see. He's said that many times
Martinez
before.
trains and is okay.
And if he trains and he gets to that session, he plays 100%. Yeah. Okay, all right then. That's a nice little Bruges preview then. Weird one for us to do with a two-legged affair, something we're not used to. But hopefully more of the same. Hopefully we're talking about more two-legged matches coming up in the FA Cup semi-final. If we get there, in the Champions League quarter-final. Hopefully, if you've enjoyed this episode of the Claret podcast, do let us know your predictions for the game, scoreline, team news, etc. in the comments. John, thank you for joining me as always. Enjoy the game if you can.
I think we'll be all right.
Get the heart rate monitor on you because it'll be all over the place.
I'll enjoy my half-time pie as well.
Oh, yeah. You had a couple of pies, didn't you?
You asked me.
Yeah, somebody in the comments a few weeks ago said they saw you eating a pie. What was it?
Yeah. It's great to know that people are watching me eating pies.
Does that make you feel a bit self-conscious?
Nah, it's fine. Yeah, okay. It was a steak pie.
Okay, nice.
If anyone... Yeah. Lamb and... Is it? Yeah, lamb and mint is the best one they do.
Ooh, I think. Is that the press food or is that like...
Press food, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it nice, steak pie?
It was good, yeah. Yeah, it was... Yeah, mate, it's free. I can't complain.
5 out of 10? Right, that'll do. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Claret podcast, and we'll see you Wednesday night for the post-match. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.